Hey, what's going on? It's like 3:40 in the morning. I hate my life right now. I don't like being 32, still living at home with my parents. It's really starting to wear on me. It's so easy to do the hindsight thing and the coulda, woulda, shoulda about what should have happened, and da 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 da. But at the end of the day, this is where I am. And not working provides me a lot of time to think about what has happened to me since I started working. So my mom started making me work at 14 years old. I didn't want to go to work, but my brother gave me my first job. So I didn't really grow up with my oldest brother, so it was kind of nice to work with him and help him out at his store at the time. But they kept moving him places, so I really spent a good portion of my time moving around and going wherever he went. But looking back, I really wish that instead of the emphasis being on having a job and having money, that the emphasis would have been on my education. It seems like my parents expected other people to explain things to me or have me figure things out on my own. And I think that's really unfortunate because they both had master's degrees. But nobody really sat down with me and explained to me what the benefits or the opportunities could be available to me if I got a degree. Now, saying that, I can't put all the blame on them for that. I really didn't know what I wanted to do in college. And throughout my 20s, I did have people say, you know, you should go to school, or if you're not going to go to school, gain a skill, get a certification. But I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And nobody ever really explained why. So I'm in Sonic. I'm angry because people are stupid at that job. I'm making a lot of tips. I'm making a decent amount of money. I didn't really have a reason to go looking for another job, or I didn't need a way out. But the longer that I was a Sonic car hop, the more wear and tear on my body. I needed a way out, and I didn't know what that out was. And I can just remember praying that my legs would stop working, and they did at some point. So be careful what you wish for. My legs gave out on me, and I was forced out. I'm happy that I don't work in fast food anymore, but I'm not happy about the fact that it's so hard to find a job for me right now. And it didn't used to be hard to find a job for me. I used to be able to go like on ZipRecruiter and get a job within a month. If it took longer than a month, if it, it would maybe take 2 months. And if it took over 2 months, then I needed to fix my resume. Once I fixed my resume, then, I was able to find a job after that. But this last job I got fired at back in August, it took me like 10 or 11 months, September to July, to get a job. And I haven't worked since August. So from August until April now, I haven't been able to. I got a job offer, but it got rescinded because they, realized I extended the dates on my resume, and they checked everything. They check your W-2s and, just everything. So, yeah, I feel like a failure. I actually was in the car way back when with my dad, and he confessed that my parents failed me. And I think they did. I think they did on some type of level, because they didn't provide me a way out. They sat there and watched me in fast food and did not provide me a way out. And so I've been kind of wandering and lost for a good portion of my working career. And now I'm 32 and I have more of an idea of what it is that I want to do. So I just think my life is so backwards, and it's so frustrating because it's like when I had the money to go to school, didn't know what I wanted to do, didn't go, really. I mean, I took some classes, but I didn't finish college. And now I don't have any money. I know what I want to do, but I owe $1,300 to financial aid, and my computer broke down, so I need to buy a new computer too. And I just get panicky because it's like I'm getting older, and I'm just kind of like, it seems like by the time I get everything figured out, I'll be older, and I wonder, like, will I be able to enjoy having a life, or am I gonna have to work for my entire life and never be able to retire? So there are just like all these things that I think about, and my parents are getting older. If something happens to them, what am I gonna do? And I'm transgender. I got gender reassignment surgery. I don't make my own hormones anymore, really. I don't make testosterone anymore like I used to. Don't make estrogen, don't make progesterone. So not being on my hormones for long periods of time is not good for my body, and it's just not good for me in general. I feel like I'm in a dark hole I can't get out of. And I understand that if I'm going to maintain my hormones, I've got to, have a decent job. I got to get paid well. I got to, have a job with growth opportunity, and I need to set the money aside for my hormones for the rest of my life. So that's not something I have to worry about. So there's just like all these things that are, piling up on me. I owe money on my credit card. I need to pay that off. So I really need to find a job that will pay me enough to be able to move out of this place, to help me pay for my hormones every 3 months. And I want to make enough to be able to put money aside to save in case something happens. And I also want to finish transitioning. So it can just be overwhelming. And having my parents here with me, and their kind of snide comments that they make, and placing doubt in me, and making me feel like I'm incapable of taking care of myself. All of it is just too much sometimes. And it makes me just like want to give up, because it just seems a lot easier to just give up than to deal with my life. I hate waking up and having it seem like it's the same day over and over again. So I really hate that I got placed into fast food when I was younger. I hate the people that I was surrounded by, so I never really had any decent friends around. I hate the guys that I've dated. I hate my life right now. And I do want things to be better. But I do have times where I'm just like, are things ever going to turn around? Am I ever going to be able to pull this off? Can I find an office setting that I can breathe in? It's like I can't get basic things that I need. I can't get the things that I need. I feel like I've spent my entire childhood, teen years, adult years, never being able to get I've never been able to get my needs met. And it's so debilitating and agitating to my spirit. I just want life to be fun again. I want to have a desire for life. I know that part of my desire for life is my hormone, my hormones contribute to that. And so that's why I'm like, I need to be on if I could just be on my hormones right now, I think I could really deal with the way that my life is right now and be okay. So yeah, I'm just a mess right now. I try to get online and look at motivational things, and people are like, oh, God's got a plan, you just have to be patient, trust God, and da 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 da. And I'm just like, I'm not sure if I believe or have faith or have hope anymore. And I just don't know what it is that I'm doing on this planet. It seems like people just know. It's like people start doing things when they're super young and then get older and know what they want to do and fall into it and things work out for them. And yeah, that's just not my experience. It seems like everything I get, I have to struggle for. And I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want my life to be struggle and anxiety. And rooted in fear. That's not fun.